All right, welcome to the summary of a CEO. Today, we're going to tackle something huge, Dr. Joe Dispenza's incredible model for personal change. We're going to break down the science of how you can stop being defined by your past and literally biologically create a brand new version of yourself. So let's just jump right in with a number that it might just change how you see yourself entirely. 95 problems. Think about that. By the time you're about 35 years old, a staggering 95% of who you are is just a set of memorized behaviors, automatic emotional reactions, and hardwired beliefs that all run in the background, kind of like a computer program. And that quote right there, it just perfectly frames the challenge we're talking about today. If most of who we are is just running on autopilot, then making a real lasting change means we have to break the biggest, most ingrained habit of all, the habit of just being the same person day in and day out. Okay, so section one, the 95% program. What does that even mean? Well, it's basically the subconscious operating system that's calling the shots for almost everything we do, our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions. Think about it this way. It means your body is literally programmed to live in a predictable future that's based entirely on your past. It's like your past self is a puppet master, pulling the strings, keeping you stuck in these old familiar patterns without you even realizing it. All right, let's peel back another layer and look at the actual mechanism behind all this programming, the incredible power of habit. And we're not just talking about what you do. We're talking about who you fundamentally are. When we think of a habit, we usually think of something simple, right? Like biting your nails or checking your phone the second you wake up. But this is deeper. A habit in this sense is a powerful combination of what you think, what you do, and how you feel, repeated so many times that your body just takes over the show from your conscious mind. And this all comes down to a really famous principle in neuroscience. Nerve cells that fire together, wire together. It's so simple, but so profound. Every single time you have the same thought or make the same choice, or feel that same old emotion, you're strengthening the physical connections in your brain. You are literally hardwiring yourself to be the exact same person over and over again. Now, this whole system, it's not inherently bad, not at all. In fact, it's designed to be super efficient. It's how you can drive a car or speak a language without thinking about every little detail. The real problem kicks in when we unconsciously practice these limiting states of being. Things like complaining or blaming others or feeling like a victim, until those become our automatic subconscious identity. So you might be thinking, great, I'm just a robot running on old software. Am I stuck? And the answer is a huge resounding no. According to Dr. Dispenza, change is a skill you can learn. And here's the model for how to do it. Here's the key idea. You've got to become so aware of all that stuff that's running in the background. Your automatic thoughts, your knee-jerk behaviors, those default emotions, that they don't pull you under anymore. You have to be able to observe the old program so you can finally stop being the program. And this is really a two-part job, right? You can't just decide to build a beautiful new house on top of a shaky, crumbling foundation. First, you have to do the work of dismantling that old self, unfiring and unwiring those old brain circuits so you have a clean slate to truly reinvent and build the new you. Okay, this is where it gets really practical. Let's get into the actual blueprint for how to make this change happen. This isn't some abstract philosophy. It's a real step-by-step process. The whole process, it really boils down to three key steps. First, you have to learn new knowledge. Then, you rehearse a new way of being in your mind. And finally, you have to embody it, teaching your body what that new reality feels like before it even happens. So step one, you have to learn, and I mean really learn. When you take in new information, especially the science of what you're doing and why it works, you are literally forging new pathways, new connections in your brain. You are installing the neurological hardware that's needed for the new experience. Okay, now this next idea, this is the real game changer. This single finding from neuroscience is the key that unlocks our ability to create massive change just by using our minds. So what does that mean for us? It means you can start changing your brain without even getting up from your chair. When you repeatedly close your eyes and mentally rehearse what you're going to think, how you're going to act, and how you're going to feel in your new future, you are physically changing your brain. I mean, they've done studies where people who just imagine playing piano scales develop the same brain circuits as the people who actually practiced. You're making your brain look like the future has already happened. But, and this is a huge but, you can't just think your way to a new life. You have to feel it. When you can generate those elevated emotions of your desired future, I'm talking about feeling gratitude before the good stuff happens, feeling abundance before the money shows up. You're sending brand new chemical signals to your cells. This is how you teach your body what your mind already gets. This is what starts to turn out new genes in new ways. So what happens when you actually put all this together? When you combine the new knowledge, the mental rehearsal, and that elevated emotion, well, the results aren't just in your head. They are deeply, profoundly biological. You can actually measure them. I mean, look at this. The research is it's staggering. In as little as 1 week of doing this work, people show measurable changes in their gene expression, in the coherence of their heart and brain, and even in the chemistry of their blood and their gut microbiome. Their body is literally becoming the living proof of a new reality, one that they created from the inside out. So what this all comes down to is a fundamental shift in how you see yourself in the world. You stop being at the mercy of cause and effect, and you start causing an effect. And that really leaves us with this one final, powerful question you have to ask yourself. Every single day, with every thought you think and every emotion you embrace, you are making a choice. Are you going to keep firing and wiring the same old circuits of your past? Or are you going to start investing your attention and your energy into the vision of a future that doesn't exist yet? The power to choose is all yours.